Bonjour. Right, rolling in, dive down. Right, throttles off, come through the clouds, go a bit fast, 400. Gently pull back in the stick. Right, rolling in, up and around. The hell was that? Wait, what? Oh, brilliant. Where's my wing going? What the hell was that? Oh, God. Hello, I'm Tactical Pascal. Welcome to the channel. I hope this finds you all safe and well. This is Mission 3 of the Blue-Nosed Bastards of Bodny campaign. And this one's a bit more interesting for the transit because, as you can see, I have some friends off to the left-hand side. Now in this video, I'm going to show you bits and bobs of the mission, what happens, including the massive frame rate drop when all these bombers release their ordnance and my computer has a mini heart attack. And then of course I'll slow down the thing that took me out the sky. Answers in the comments what you think it is, because I don't think I do know what it was. Even when I've slowed it down and tried to enhance it, I have no idea what shot me down. I mean, shot down? Crashed into? Anyway, let's get cracking. The mission itself starts off with the standard start up your aircraft, taxi on down with your wingmen and head off to go and complete the task. Now the task for this mission was to escort bombers across the channel, make sure they get to their target and blow everything up. So I'm just taxiing on down, and then we do our initial boring climb to join our wingmen, but luckily, unlike the last mission, I was faster with my startup, so I got out ahead of my wingmen so they couldn't block the runway this time. Haha, scrubs.
Acorn leader to sweepstake, airborne with 8 Mustangs. Do you have anything for us? Please take the Acorn leader. Nothing to report at this time, over.
So a few minutes in, we get the call to form up with the bombers.
Transport bombers, 4 o'clock high. Let's go and say hello, over.
And initially I turn and I see the wingman turn in front of me, thinking I don't want to crash into you, which I nearly do. Avoid number 4 by the narrowest of margins because my essay wasn't great for his turn. But we see the bombers and there is a lot of them. I can see how many there are, and I'm thinking, well, if they drop the bombs, it's going to be an issue for the PC. Now in the mission options there is a choice to have a lower number of bombers, which means they're going to have less of an impact on your system when they do drop the bombs. I will include the full footage in a little while of what happens when they drop the bombs. But anyway, we were the ones who were going to be flying S maneuvers essentially above the bomber, just weaving in and out the formation. So I set my wingmen up, check my fuel, there we go, onto the other drop tanks, and then we mooch about for a while supporting them. In previous missions I have said how quiet and sort of lifeless missions do feel, but when I came out from behind the clouds and saw the amount of bombers here, it was actually quite a sight to behold. There is an issue with the formation of the bombers. You can see up at the top there, some of them manoeuvre randomly. We do actually lose a few bombers in this formation, not because of enemy action, but because the AI just flew into each other and they start spiralling down and having crashes and everything. Now I'm not quite sure why, but you'll see in just a second that the AI has trouble with the formation, because if you see those contrails, I'm not entirely convinced bombers can do that manoeuvre, certainly not a B-17. So there is a little bit of shine taken off the mission just by the way that they manoeuvred. Obviously they've hit a trigger point or something there and they're manoeuvring around, but you can see that they do start to have a bit of bother, so they split low and high, and then we can see 2 going down there. But unfortunately that's just the nature of missions when you have such large formations, and of course Reflected has tried to make this as fairly realistic as possible. Like I said before, those transit times are quite long, you got to manage the fuel, but also the amount of bombers. You're not just sending 4 across, you send in a full bomber formation, as full as we can make it. But it is, when you're flying above them, it is very, very cool. And the radio at the start was quite cool as well, I forgot to mention that. What have I done with the radio? Wasn't that? That's quite cool.
Untypical combination of anticipation of my reflex motor ganglia and my...
Alright, let's just listen to this then for the transit, shall we?
What's that mean? That's twinkle.
Oh, that's perfect.
Then you get him vibe a little, huh?
So now if we arrive at the target, you can see some aircraft on fire. That's not because of the enemy, that's because I think they crashed into each other. But there is flak popping up, so we're just, again, orbiting above the aircraft to... Oh, there we go, that's the bombs coming off. We're just orbiting to try and escort them, but you can see here the stuttering frame rate. That's because they've all just started dropping their bomb loads.
Bombs away.
And I'll leave it playing because you'll see how much it has an effect on the system. That's 32 gig of RAM with a 3080. And it's stutter, stutter, stutter. Yeah, that was a bit immersion breaking, but I mean it happens, I guess. I could have had less bombers, but then I wouldn't have known this would have happened. So the bombs have been dropped, the docks are in ruins, there's still flak coming up. And then as I turn, I catch sight of contrails off in the distance. I'm thinking, that may be some enemy. So I immediately lose control of my Mustang in my excitement to get there. Be glad there wasn't any bombers underneath me when I stalled the left wing and then the right wing. Recovered. Luckily they were turning away. So we've now got the Mustang back under control. We're going to head off 250 miles an hour, then put the speed on and go and intercept the Germans. Right, give them a little bit of lead and then turn in behind them. In fact, they were much faster. We need to turn a lot sharper here. Let's go. Right, they're driving down. Pick one. Which one? Which one? Which one? Yeah, that one. Right, let's go for you. Oh, what's your speed?
Come on, guys, get out of there. Mail out, mail out.
Someone's been shot down. Oh, he's going very fast diving down. That's too far. Again, I don't do gyro on because I prefer shooting without it. There's parachute there. I prefer shooting without the gyro. 400, 300 even. Yep, get the radio warning on. Follow this guy around. Diving down, following him back up, he eventually makes his mistake, he rolls out. I've got a bit more speed, so bring the throttle off, fire too low, and then
Going down.
we nail him with guns and almost crush him, but we break away and we're golden. So then we head off looking for our next target. Now it's not long, we find one, so we roll in, diving on down behind him, watching the speed 400. Coming off the throttles a little bit as we go through the cloud. We don't want to go too fast. Now my plan was I'd an overtake. I was going to roll left, go up and over him, but then that. Let's see that in an instant replay. I mean, what is it? Answers in the comments below what you think that is. I don't know. I've no idea what that was, but it took my wing off. Right, we're in a bit of bother here. Was it I crashed into something, or what the hell was that? Right, temperatures. Okay. Controls are working. I'm still going really fast. Rolls a little bit, it's responsive. Right, let's head on home. Alternatively, the engine can cook and the propeller will stop and I'll look for somewhere to land. But as my speed begins to fall off, I realise I'm going to have to go for a little jaunt into France. But hey, the wine's good, yeah? Definitely not going to get captured by Germans. I mean, at this point I was still hoping I could land But there's a violent maneuver in just a second where I'm like, nope. Yeah, so it starts to roll to the left. I'm like, nope. So I've got my stick fully deflected left to try and keep her level. Here's our little roll. The noise is screaming thing. Yeah, that's enough for me. I'm not landing that. And out we go. Ah, well. This is fine. Yeah, we'll be fine. The resistance will get us back to the UK. Oh, there's I say a chateau. There's a shed. There's a shed I'm going to go to. Well, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, don't forget to like and subscribe. Tactical Pascal, out. Non, rien. Non, je ne regrette rien. C'est la bien qu'on m'a fait, ni les mal.